So coming from understanding the process setup, now that we've understood what are the material properties, we have understood what is going to be the process setup. Okay, and when you talk about the process setup, you are also clear about what capacities that you need to process in the mixer. You will then begin to design the mixer. Okay, now mixing equipment design has three aspects to it. The first aspect is a process design. Okay, so when you talk about a process design, what typically do we mean by a process design? By a process design, you may want to add a solid to a liquid. The liquid could be as high as 90%, and you may have a 10% solid, and this solid is soluble in the liquid. Okay, that is one application. You may have another application where you have, say, some kind of a resin, and then you have say solid aggregate particles. Okay, and the whole thing is mixed to form a slurry. So again, you are talking about solids and liquids, but it's an entirely different application. So we need to understand what the process inputs are, what these materials are, what are the volumes in which we are looking to handle. That is a part of the process design. Now, once you've done the process design, you come to the mixing characteristics design. Now, what is the requirement of the mixing characteristics? Now, having understood this simple example that we just talked about, so if it is a solid which is soluble, it's in a small quantity, even with a gentle stirring, you will see, like at home we all do this. We take sugar and we put it in water and we stir it with a spoon, and the sugar completely dissolves and we have a sugar solution. Okay, and you try to do the same thing with some material, like you take water and you take cement and you try and mix it. It will not, cement will not dissolve. It will actually form a slurry. So the mixing characteristics, that is the type of the agitator that you will use, and what speed the agitator will be operated. What is the power requirement when you operate the agitator, a specific kind of an agitator at a specific speed, and what would be then the design of the vessel, what would be the diameter of the vessel, what would be the height of the vessel, whether you will have any baffles. All these things that then get decided. And once you've completed the process design and the mixing characteristics design, finally we move on to the mechanical design. Now that's also an equally important part. Okay, in the case of refractories, where we talk about the intensive mixers, we have a rotating pan, we have a high speed paddle which is operating. The whole operation is at an inclination. Okay, there could be a lot of vibration. It takes a lot of power, so that power has to be transmitted through you have a motor, then you have a speed reducer, a gearbox, you may have bearings, you may have seals, you may have couplings. All of these components then need to be mechanically designed so that you are able to achieve the process objectives and the objectives of mixing. Okay, because with a if you've not designed your system mechanically, it will simply fail. Okay, and you don't get the output. So all of these are important, and it is also important that these be carried out in the same sequence. You first need to carry out the process design, you follow it up with the mixing characteristics, and eventually you carry out a mechanical design.